We need the new generation to connect with the old ways of doing and innovate in that way to make it more accessible.
Hello everyone, my name is Younes Waziri. I'm a civil engineer and at the same time the founder and CEO of EcoDomac.
Hi, everyone. So, my name is Mona Alami. I'm the managing director of EcoFertile, and I'm also the co founder of Fertidev. Both companies work in the sector of circular economy.
So I have a few questions for you, Mona. The first one is, which sectors do you see as pivotal when it comes to decarbonization and regenerative industries?
I would want to talk about the one I'm working in, which is circular economy by transforming organic waste that has a huge impact when sent to the landfill. It pollutes the soil, the air, the water, but also has an impact on the population's health. And if we transform this problem into an opportunity by transforming this waste that has this huge environmental impact into a nutrient rich compost that we can put into our soils to increase their organic matter, and that way we can have nutritious products. We can increase our soils water retention, decarbonate our climate through its capacities to sequestrate carbon. I think industries like these are important, not only to manage our waste, but also to contribute to sustain our farming and our future in general.
Interesting.
How about you? What are you doing to ensure your work is made for our future?
What we're basically doing is that we're focusing on two KPIs. The first one is we ensure that our methodologies of building are carbon footprint less heavy compared to concrete and other construction methods. So what we are doing is that we try to use as much as possible of local raw materials that have the minimum impact in terms of producing CO2. And mainly we are dealing with local earths, and we are managing to reduce the carbon footprints up to 80% compared to regular constructions. The second KPI that we are focusing on is the energy consumption. When we talk about the construction field, it is the second most consuming sector in terms of energy after the transportation. And the fact that we are transforming natural materials into beautiful buildings, we are exploiting the thermal characteristics of those materials in terms of insulation, in terms of controlling humidity in the inside of those buildings, and in terms of comfort in general. And that is done in a natural manner that is based on bioclimatic architecture and formulating those materials in a manner that those buildings can be recycled at the end of their life cycle, and at the same time provide maximum comfort for people that are using them without hurting the environment and without also hurting the natural resources that we have. So I have a second question for you. What is the value of intergenerational innovation and solidarity?
Yeah, that's a big one. But I really believe that in today's world, we talk about tech, and tech is important. High tech is important, but low tech is also very important.
Totally agree.
All generations had many solutions that we tend to forget about with the industrialization. And if we get back to our ancestors and the way they used to do things, and if I take back the example of composting, that was something that was natural in everyone's farm and household, but we tend to disconnect from our ancestors' habits that were protecting the environment in a natural way. We need the new generation to connect with the old ways of doing and innovate in that way to make it more accessible. That's what we try to do with composting. We try to build electromechanical composters to make it easy for everyone by introducing tech into the composting process, and to make it faster and accessible to everyone. So, yeah, I really believe that both generations have a lot to build together for a better future.
Through the usage of low tech.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, my second question for you is, how can nature based solutions help build resilient communities.
When we are using procedures or methodologies, for instance, in my field of expertise in construction, using vernacular methodologies of building using earth or wood or steel, we can still preserve those natural resources.
Yes.
At the same time, we are guaranteeing the development of that sector in a healthy manner. On both aspects. If we can develop in the human aspects, from an economical point of view, it is cheaper compared to regular methods. From an energy point of view, it consumes less energy. And also from a comfort point of view, it has many advantages in terms of health.
Yeah.
The quality of breathing in the inside of those buildings is better. The quality of sleeping is better. Also, the mood can change when you are in those buildings because it is related to the positive energy that is provided by those natural materials.
Yeah.
The second aspect is that when we build infrastructure using local raw materials, it is an infrastructure that bends with the landscape and doesn't harm the local fauna and flora, and it goes along with those elements of the environment. Taking this holistic approach, combining it with modern technologies, we are using a technology called BIM, Building Information Modeling. It is a technology that is empowered by AI, by softwares, in order to create 3D models of our buildings before building them, so that we can do the various simulations, and that once we come up with the plan, it is a plan that fits. So we are trying to get the benefits of modern technologies, combining that with low-tech procedures such as building using local raw materials to come up with a concept that fits in the context and that is less harmful to the environment.
Great. Here's to working together for our future.
Hell yeah.